meloncollieflaurです. Hello everyone. I am meloncollieflaur. And you know what today is? It's Watermelon Wednesday. Even if I am a little late. SUIKA水曜日だよ. We've made it to the middle of the week once again. Just a few more days until the weekend. I know that times are a little stressful in terms of like school and work. But you've got this. You know that you are the driving force. Keep doing your best out there. I know you can do it. おはようございます。こんにちは。こんばんは。私はメロンコリーフラワーです。今日の配信はスイカゲームだよ。So, let's get started. Oh wait, no, I need to go back. I want to check something. Apparently there's something new. Go back. Let's see. Official news. Oh, well, here is something. 2024. Oh yeah, the loading time thing. Alright, so this is a skin thing apparently. Oh. Portable skin. Okay. DreamWorks? Really? Huh. That's kinda cool. Oh. That's cute. Oh, what's this? At the bottom here. The Wild Forest? Huh. Okay. I'm Melon. Hello. You're doing well today. What is this? Oh, this is what this is. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. Well, it's new, so that makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's very vibrant too. I like this. It's almost turned into a totally different game now. Visually. Oh, there's even different music. Huh. We could try it. Sounds cool. I've never done this before. This is wild. This is kind of cool. change of scenery is always nice though. I just have to get used to what I'm looking at now, I guess. And a change of music is always nice as well. I wonder how this came to be though. It's really cute. Huh. But I know nothing of this movie. But it sounds really cool. The music sounds really nice. Very, very cute. And adventurous. Oh. Huh. Cool. I guess this is what that very long update was for me. It took forever for some reason. Of course, it could always be a me thing as well, but it was just very odd. There's a lot of assets, I guess. Especially for that background. Or rather, the background looking so realistic, rather. This game truly has come a long way, huh? Let's go, we're back for best day of the week. Hello Bob, go Melon. Nice to see you, hope you're doing well. Best day of the week. I have claimed Wednesday as my own, apparently. I know, put it. I wonder what other collaborations they'll do then. This is very interesting. Nice. Okay. Oh. Okay. There we go. Okay. Melon. Nice. I shouldn't have done that actually. Whoops. Seeing the orange and peach is very jarring. Oh, is it the, it's probably the, I think I know what you mean. Is it the eyes or is it the shading? Maybe. It could be the shading, probably. How did the melon get all the way to the top here? Wasn't expecting to see. Oh, I see. Naruhodo. Naruhodo metal. Yeah, I think they're the only two. Well, that's not true. The SUIKA ends up being a robot. But I'm not gonna make it to SUIKA this round. What? It is cute though. I think it's really cute. It's definitely unexpected. I did not expect this at all. It's always nice to continuously see updates for this game though. Ah! 1518. 1518. Ah. Hola, konnichiwa. Hello, welcome, nice to see you. Nice to see you again. Gokigen yo. Gokigen melo. What? What? Huh. I guess it kind of reminds me of Flash era games a little bit. The way that the shading kind of looks to me, maybe. I'm not sure. Definitely simplistic though. Namae no hatsuon wa wasurimashita. Gomen, Melon. Oh. What? Oh. 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 It's gonna be difficult trying to... It's gonna be really difficult going back to the old music after hearing this, huh? Something tells me this will be limited time. Oh. Okay. Ah! Avanai mono. Oh. Pineapple it. Hmm. Nice. Melon. Oh. Nice. Oh. By the way, I finished my drawing. Really? I would like to see it. I could take a look on Instagram. That's really exciting. I'm also honored. Makes me happy. Should be okay. I will definitely take a look then. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think you're maybe the second one so far. Maybe third actually to do fan art of me. Which I never expected because I am very small. Oh. Small, literally, yeah. In both, yeah. Small plant, small creator. He's small. Hello, Devs. Comment on. Hope you're doing well. Wild Robot. I think that's what this is. Yeah, Wild Robot, yeah. It looks really cool. Ah! 1869. 1869. The music's definitely soothing for a bit. And of course the change of pace. Really liking the clarinets too. What animal is the orange? A turtle? I haven't seen the movie before. I haven't seen the movie either. I think it's a... it kind of looks like a badger to me, but I can't really tell. Maybe it's an owl? I really don't know. A gosling. Really? Oh, I see it now. Yeah, I see it now. Okay, fair enough. That's even cuter, actually. That's really cute. I like that. Bright to Bill. Bright to beat. But yeah, I can see it. That's really cute. I like it a lot. Oh. Oh. I think to this day it's really funny that people still call the persimmon an orange. But then again, a persimmon is not a very common, I guess, fruit. But neither is a decapon. So, I don't know. Next time I see you in person, you should watch it with me. I barely watch movies, though. I do appreciate the sentiment. Oh. Wow. There we go. Okay. I still want to know what made them decide to do this, though. Like, this movie in particular, this collaboration in particular. I'm curious, because I have no idea. Then again, I guess Japan had been trying to do collaborations with either DreamWorks or like Disney before. On the 3DS they used to put movies on there. I think Big Hero 6 was one of them. And Frozen was as well, or Frozen 2 was one of them. I don't remember. At least in Japan anyway. Boy. Pink is the fox. Okay. Rose is the watermelon. Okay. Rose bottle. Ah. 間違えた。うん。わ。うん。うん。 What? 1475. He sent Yopiaku? Yopiaku? 75. Wow, that was skilled. That'll never happen again. That's wild. Cool. If you drop on the same spot without moving, they'll keep stacking? Really? I'll have to try that when it's a flat surface again then. Unless it's a grape. It's always the grape. Mendoksa na kuramono da. Kitsune de. Kitsune da. Kitsune melon. In the beginning, when there's nothing on the floor, you can stack really high. I will try it next time then. Oh. Nice. Fine up at it. Oh. No. Wah. Sakura Sambo. Eh? Okay. Ah, melon. Oh. 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 Okay. I love how strong the cherry is. It's really funny. Jimbo cherry, yeah. Cherry bully. Very smug. Ah, 1735. 2730が。Hmm. Oh. Okay. That works. Okay. Nice. Anything new on your end? Any plans for the weekend? Nothing new per se. I guess I did forget to say happy February. We're finally in February again. Finally in February now. The year's going by pretty quickly already. And I haven't really made any plans for anything. But I don't know. Like, it's because I live day by day, so a lot of times I don't really think about what I should do next. Speed run of January, yeah. It went by really fast. What's today? The 5th of February? We're already on the 5th? So it's like, yeah. I think I don't know. I know the next, like, holiday apparently is, like, Valentine's Day. You know, the love day. The lovey-dovey day. I don't know what day that falls on, though. But, didn't really have anything planned per se. I mean, it's just a regular day, yeah. That's the thing. I've been trying to figure something out in terms of just how I want to go about doing things. But I don't really know what to do. That's my thing. I don't really have a good sense of direction. Which is pretty problematic. Metal. Like, I've improved upon, I guess, my setup in terms of presentation, but I haven't really done anything else. I don't know which way to go. It might be one of the reasons why I'm always so quiet unless I talk about something recent. That's gone on. But nothing really crazy has come up. Takes some getting used to. I guess so. Like, I've been streaming for a year, I guess, but technically I wouldn't count it as a year because I haven't streamed, like, consistently. But yeah. I used to be super quiet in my first year of content, but I've mellowed out and became more open and chaotic in content. Why chaotic, though? I can understand being more open and talking more and stuff, but why chaotic, though? Are you saying that your true nature is chaotic and you were holding back because of it? My sense of humor is loud noises and silly antics. Oh, I see. Hold on. Ah, okay. Now I understand. Wakaru. For me, it's not like that, though. That's the thing. I'm not very chaotic. I'm just very quiet. Watermelon. It's just food. Come on. Hey on. It's almost as if you come in close to the end of the hour intentionally. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I did start 10 minutes late, though. So I will be going 10 minutes over. But, you know how it goes. I try to start on the hour. It's hard to do so sometimes. But I started at, 11:10 today, my time. But I hope you are doing well. Alright, I'm back. I had something I needed to do. Welcome back. Okari Melon. Guys, I need some help. I guess that's one thing I could talk about. I need some help with Japanese language learning. I think I'm also too shy, but I honestly do need the help. I know I get like one chatter who does speak Japanese, but the embarrassing part is that I can't read their name because it's 3 kanji in a row. And they've been helping me a little bit. They've helped me in terms of like pronouncing the numbers better and stuff, or like how to pronounce like the score number and stuff. For each person it's different, but I'm sure you'll get in the flow content. Yeah, I think I'm on the weird side too because I don't play a whole lot of like modern things, I guess. I mean, I'm playing SUIKA game right now, obviously. Sometimes I'll play what I have lying around. Or if I see something interesting on the shop, then I'll grab it. But otherwise, I don't really know. How do I explain this? 1923 I guess the interesting thing is there is some slight lore. Obviously my lore is that, you know, I'm, you know, flora, fauna and all that. You know, dog melon and whatnot. But the thing about it is I'm trying to think of a good way to explain this. How do I explain this in an interesting way possible? Most interesting way possible. You know how people do things on a whim? How like people just up and decide to do a thing and then someone will say like go for it and then you're like, wait, you're serious? I was just joking. Or something like that. Basically that kind of happened with me and my channel. Like, because it all started with a pun, which is my name, meloncollieflaur, meloncollieflaur, meloncollieflaur. And at the time it was like, well, there are a lot of like VTubers out there and stuff, and usually they have some sort of thing going on, some kind of gimmick or some kind of like fun to their name or something. And so I was like, meloncollieflaur would be kind of cool. And so then, you know, the design was, you know, me. I am a melon doggo. And so, or doggo melon, I guess. And so the lore was basically that I'm, you know, I'm homegrown, obviously. And I just, you know, came to be and things started slowly, I guess, moving forward, I guess. But at the same time, I'm just like, I did this, but I didn't know that I'd get this far, right? And I'm still small. So I'm like not in a rush of doing anything or anything like that. I'm pretty content in terms of what's going on. Like I said, I don't really stream very often. I don't put much content out there. I've established what I am, but I haven't really established my niche per se. Other than I play SUIKA game on Wednesdays because Watermelon Wednesdays, SUIKA Suyobi. It just works in both languages for some reason. But other than that, I don't really have a niche per se. I guess I'm comfy, maybe. I do need to talk more. But usually people talk about, you know, things that have happened around them and stuff. And nothing too eventful has happened around me lately. Which also means that I need to do more research on things. Just to have something to talk about on Wednesdays. It would make more sense, right? I was thinking a lot about how a lot of things come to be, and it's not always like a clear-cut set plan. And sometimes like mistakes or happy accidents really do become popular somehow. Not saying that I'm popular because I'm not, but like I did attract people here, which I'm very appreciative of. But it is very interesting to like watch other people blow up from something small that they've done. Head on. I know that content creation is not the easiest thing, but the whole thing apparently is that you want to just do what you want to do. Like, do something that you feel like great doing. One of my friends became a big meme overnight. Really? That's the interesting thing. It's weird how that works. I guess it's those who don't seek out to become popular who actually become popular. Those who do not try to be cool who end up being cool. Right? And that's what it seems like. So if you're chasing a thing, it feels like you'll never really get it because you're so focused on that you're not looking at what's actually around you. The opportunities around you, or like the slow growth and this and that. I'm just more focused on trying to reach certain numbers and gaining a following just so that you can look like you're big and stuff, and only to realize that what you really wanted was, well, I guess you just really wanted numbers. You just wanted to watch numbers go up, big number go up, without really setting up anything, I guess. I don't know. Or you'll see someone, you're like, huh, they didn't really do much, I could do the same thing. And then you realize that maybe 1 or 2 people watch you. You maybe get like a sub or 2. You do like a debut thing like everyone else does if you're a VTuber, and then you realize that you don't have more than 5 people. And then you're like, wait, I thought this was something that people liked. Why don't I have a lot of people watching me? And then it sets in that you realize that it wasn't that they were just popular right from the start. There were many other things that have gone on in the process. Like a lot of ramp up, a lot of planning. It's definitely, I want to do this as opposed to I have to do this because this, for anything in life, it'll be more enjoyable that way. Yeah. Spur of the moment seems fun because if you don't really have any true expectations and there's like a huge like thing that happens, it kind of baffles you a bit. It's like if you stream, like say you don't know what to stream, but you just stream, right? And then suddenly people flock to you and you're like, huh? I just decided to do this today because I didn't know what to do and I just felt like streaming or something like that, right? And so that happens. As opposed to, alright, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this and this is gonna make millions. And then no one comes by. And then you wonder why. So it's just really weird. It's a weird thing. Because if you see a lot of things, especially in like your YouTube feed saying, this is how I became this. And then every video that you see is like 30K views of the same day within 5 hours, within 2 days. And then you try to do the same thing and you maybe get like 5 views, 10 views. It doesn't blow up. You don't get new subscribers because I guess it's because what shows up in your feed is the popular stuff and the small stuff doesn't show up. Maybe that's why. So you'll see a lot of that, like how I became big, right? And those big numbers show up all the time. And it's a lot of like motivational stuff. It's or more things like you only have 5 people watching, turn this setting off or turn this setting on, or follow these steps if you want to become big and stuff like that. And it's a lot of those. It's like oversaturated all over YouTube. And for those of you who do have a small channel, it's what you're gonna see a lot of. I'll do another one. And it's weird. I get like it's supposed to help because, you know, there needs to be a basis, right? If your channel is new, it's just starting. I guess a lot of the heavy work comes from being social, which is why we have the social media that we do. You say, hey guys, I'm gonna start a project soon. I would like for you to, it would be nice if you guys could help support me, or if you'd like to watch me and stuff, or if you know anybody who would want to watch, you know, new person, new streamer, new VTuber, new content creator soon or whatever, and stuff like that. And you follow like a mold and stuff, and then people, you know, they'll judge you based on what they see, what they hear, be it a model, your setup, your voice, your effects, and you go from there. And then you either become popular or it's like a slow growth. Forgive pun. It's always interesting to watch. You can definitely tell who's passionate with what they do, and the numbers just happen, as opposed to those who are aiming for the numbers and how they don't really get it. And I guess that the viewers can kind of sense it, maybe, because it's like, oh, I see that this is a clickbaity title, or that this thumbnail is clickbaity, and I can tell that they're aiming for a certain thing that I don't care much for. And you either click on it or you don't click on it, I guess. But if it's something genuine, like it's a thumbnail of like, I don't know, someone smiling, or like something like I accidentally made what is it? I accidentally became viral from this one particular thing. Or something like that. Or just something small, like a little music thing that was made on accident. Or just for fun. A little small like music project thing that was made for fun. A little doodle. Like little doodle drawings and stuff. People will like scribble up some little small things and people say, oh, that's cute, that's really adorable and stuff. And then it's like a small little time lapse, or just you goofing around like in an art program, and you pull up like the select tool and you make them stretch and move around in a funny way, and it makes people laugh, and then they like the video and click on it, or more people click on it, and then that person gains like, I don't know, 50, 100, 200, 300 subscribers overnight because it was something viral and funny. And it wasn't something that was like, it wasn't something high effort either, right? And there it was, basically. And then you could say sometimes it's the simpler things in life that people really enjoy, and that you don't have to try super hard to aim for what you're aiming for. But that person probably wasn't aiming for like a lot of views and stuff like that. They just did a thing. They're just like doodly doo, you know? And then somehow they became popular overnight. Or you could be one of those that's like, hey, I'm a small artist or something, and I draw in my free time, and then they gain a following because their art is really good. Artists are slowly becoming, I guess, the most enjoyable to watch, maybe. It's mostly also because I think that they also yap really well. Like, they talk a lot while they're also drawing and stuff, and they talk about like their experiences and day-to-day stuff. They feel very like homely, comfy, and stuff like that, right? And people enjoy watching that and stuff because it feels like they're also there, just, I guess, chilling in the home or something like that, on the couch maybe, or just, you know, enjoying what's going on. Nothing too edgy, nothing too bright and flashy, nothing too quick paced, just, you know, a flow thing of progress and something nice to look at, something like with the skill that is being done, watching the process in real time and stuff like that. That's why I stay. These talks are chill and nice to listen to. Oh. I appreciate that. This is, I guess that's my thing. That's my thing. My whole thing is observation. Oh, that was really cool and really cute. Hold on. It's all, for me, it's just observation. What I see, what I notice. I don't, cause I know I don't do anything in particular. But then again, once again, it's what you do or don't aim for, right? I love talks like these as well because they're just really nice to listen to. It's a nice reprieve from what you would normally hear. Nowadays, anyway. And I feel like we could use a lot more of stuff like this. Was this intended? No. And I guess, once again, the things that aren't intended sometimes are the best. I remember hearing something a long time ago about the person who was trying to make glue ended up making, what was it? Post-it notes instead? On accident or something like that? I think that's what I used to hear anyway. So they intended to make a thing, and then they ended up making something else, and that became popular. So, unintentionally. I think that's correct. I'd say it's 60% luck and 40% skill for content creation. Isn't that a song? I think that's a song or something. I could be wrong. I think so too. A lot of people do say that it's the luck of the algorithm, but you do have to feed the algorithm, right? So I guess you still have to produce a thing. But once again, there is like a duality thing. Someone could post like a 10-second, 15-second, 20-second goofy meme, and it's not that it becomes viral per se, but the video becomes popular because it's the humor of today, I guess, or the humor of the year. Or it tickles the brain a little bit because of how like weirdly funny it is. But you also have a lot of people who enjoy watching or listening to, what do they call it, retrospectives, I think. They're just something nice to have on in the background, something to listen to, and you learn something new as well. When you're just trying to either do homework or just listen to something that isn't overly loud, but just something going on in the background. It's kind of like how I like to sleep. I like to listen to, I guess, ramblings, but at a low volume, as opposed to music, because for some reason, even if the rhythm is low, it'll keep me awake. Or if I fall asleep, I'll wake up more tired. So if I fall asleep to like someone rambling while playing like, I don't know, a simulator or something, that's usually my best sleep for some reason. I guess because there's no real aim of what's being talked about, and then it's just someone speaking for a little bit, with some nice chill vibes, and then that's really it. I guess sometimes we just lose sight. We actually lose sight of what we're aiming for. Or we're aiming so high right from the start because we don't have any patience. That, or once again, we see a lot of people around us or a lot of videos in our feed with so many views, and it makes us wonder, why is it that I can't get views so high within a day or two like that? And obviously the answer would be, it's because you're not as established. 1834. I'll do another one. This is fun. I need to get better at doing this right at the start of like streams and stuff. I'm weird, but once again, no set thing, you know. Fruit and yap, I guess. But yeah, that's the interesting thing. I do overanalyze things a lot, though. That's the funny thing about it. And it's mostly just like observation. I would be one of those types of people who would read a book about how a motorcycle works and how fast, like the top speed of a motorcycle, how people like ride them, how it's made and stuff like that, but never get on one. Know the inner like workings of one, but never actually ride one. So someone would come up to me and go, Melon, you talk so much about motorcycles, but why don't you ride one? Because it's different from riding one as opposed to like knowing about it, I guess. It's a little different. Like experiencing the actual thing physically is way different from just having the information of what the thing is. Knowing how to create content just from observation doesn't mean that you will create great content. Or do it well right from the start. Just like drawing, you can watch a lot of artists all the time and think that you would absorb it through osmosis, which some you could. But if you don't put the pencil to the paper or the pen to the tablet, then I guess in that instance it doesn't really matter. Actually putting pen to paper is definitely different. Yeah, exactly. Or watching someone play shooters a lot, FPS and whatnot, and watch a lot of those and say, well, I could do that. I could 360 no scope people, no problem. And then you don't. And then you realize how difficult it truly is because of the tactility of the controller, the controls of the game, the mechanics, everything. Even if you've studied upon all of that and observed all of it, it's still different. Much like me, for example, with learning language or Japanese. I know that we have a lot that we can now use to actually help us learn. And we can watch a lot of shows and stuff. We can do a lot of flashcards. Use apps and whatnot. But unless we practice conversation, we're not actually going to get better. So, I had a friend who I've had issues with views as well. I did a series on Dragon Quest XI, but it's not a series that's too popular here in the States. So it wasn't too popular. Because it's a JRPG. Yeah, it's kind of like Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is also somewhat of a niche. It's a lot of JRPG stuff. And then when you're bombarded with a lot of JRPGs as well, like Xenoblade, Tales of, I guess Monster Hunter as well, then a lot of people don't really look into it. Final Fantasy, stuff like that. A lot of JRPGs. Because a lot of people in the States, I think, enjoy more either Dark Souls, Skyrim, Elden Ring, what else? Medal of Honor, maybe Call of Duty, Apex, stuff like that. Maybe. I guess that's another thing too, knowing your audience, or not knowing your audience, but knowing what audience you want to aim for, I guess. I was gonna say, I had a friend who, I think in elementary school, maybe, they were really into English language arts. And so they really liked the grammar and stuff, spelling, all that type of stuff. They didn't have any real issues in terms of speaking, because I mean, it was their native language, their first language. And they would say that a lot of people in their class weren't doing so well, despite, you know, everyone being in the same class, learning the same material. And that they were struggling a lot, either with spelling or with the grammar stuff. And so they would wonder, why is it that people are struggling so much on this? Because usually in elementary school, you're doing some of the same stuff. You're just like improving upon it. So, but you wonder, why is it that everyone is how do I say this? Why is everyone else making bad grades? And I learned later, based on what they said, that it's because people usually, like, writing and speaking are different in terms of not just the fact that they're different things, but because one's informal and one's formal. When you write papers, even in elementary school and stuff, they usually tell you write incomplete sentences. Don't just answer a question with, like, because this is. So if someone says, what is your favorite food? You would say, my favorite food is this because of, instead of just answering directly. And that makes for great practice in terms of, you know, just getting better about what you're dealing with, what you're listening to, what you're writing. And then everything becomes, like, I guess, what's the word? Formulaic, maybe, I think. And then it becomes easy for you because it becomes a pattern, a rhythm. But if you don't practice that or do that, then you'll always get a lot of, like, bad grades and stuff. I feel like language is one of those things that you can't really sleep on. Because I know a lot of people didn't like doing homework, obviously, when they were younger. And some people didn't really have to. And they would still ace the tests and stuff because I guess they were a good listener in class. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I was never that type. But, you know, we wrote a paper in the 5th grade and the teacher gaslit us into thinking the grader was an old woman named Gertrude. So some of us wrote referring to her. Really? It sounds like an interesting story, actually. I'm wondering, was it a gaslight or was it more like a role play situation? This sounds interesting. But yeah, there were a lot of, like, I guess things that were going on at the home as well that the friend was doing that made it where, I guess subconsciously made it where they were just doing well with language in general, or with English in general. So they didn't struggle so much with it. And I think that's something I need to start doing with Japanese. Trying to skip over the basics usually leads to struggle. She had to explain to the graders because so many people did that. Wait, okay, we wrote a paper in the 5th grade and the teacher gaslit us into thinking the grader was an old woman named Gertrude. So what was was it supposed to be like an angry letter towards Gertrude, or was it, what? Why? I wonder. Was this supposed to be some sort of perspective thing? I'm kind of curious. Very interesting to me. Oh, there's another thing. So, friend also said, or used to do, I guess, there were these art books. that would show you step by step what to do. First you draw this and then you draw that, you know, circle and other shapes and whatnot all the way to the end. And a lot of times friend would look at the images and go and look at the final product and go, I could just do that, and then they would try to draw the final product instead, not realizing that they were getting the proportions wrong and that there was a reasoning to the steps that were put there. Like the what is it, the answers to the test were already there, but the site was different. Like the goal was to, or the intent was to get it done as quick as possible instead of going through the steps, and you skipped the steps which were important, and so you missed out on what the whole like point was supposed to be when trying to create that, because those stepping stones, those basic steps, are what are used to help you create other things as well, and not just the image before you. So everything is made up of shapes: circles, triangles, squares, rectangles. But if you always go straight for, like, if you want to go outside and draw a tree and you don't really know the basis of where you want to start, and you just draw a line somewhere, then it's going to be a lot harder for you than if you know exactly how you're going to start the base. It was a random prompt for a final grade, but she, in a terrible way, was trying to convince us the graders would be strict, so she named her Gertrude, but we thought she was real. Okay, now I get it. Okay, I see. Hold on. This is a test basically to be like, okay, well, she's gonna be really strict, so I hope you do well. And so then you see the tone change in the writing as well. There was something I think people used to do back in the day where they would scare people in, I guess, a slightly good way, just to make it where it would always be in the back of their mind. There was a story I remember reading about where someone used to, I guess we can say gaslight now, even though it wasn't a term that was used back then, but there were things or tall tales that parents would tell their children to keep them from doing bad, or from, okay, so the one in particular that I remember reading about was there was a particular sweet or snack that the child wanted, but then the parent explained that if you eat this, then your teeth will fall out or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But something to basically scare the child to where they wouldn't just grab what they saw to eat it and stuff or whatever. Put them basically in a danger mindset so that they wouldn't fall for everything, I guess. And some of those children would carry, that thought as adults as well. It's kind of like also believing in Tooth Fairy and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not gonna act like Tooth Fairy doesn't exist or anything, but things like that are a thing, right? So you can use imaginary means to control things and to make things into good outcomes, I guess. I've heard people say that if you ate a watermelon seed, that a watermelon would grow in your belly. Yeah, I've heard tales about that as well. I guess that's how I came to be. Now, I was just actually grown this way. Heck, I'm not even a watermelon. I'm more like a muskmelon, a cantaloupe. But yeah, I remember hearing about that too. So that would keep you from swallowing the seeds, right? And stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff like that, I think. Things that parents would have said, oh, I just told you that back then because This isn't something that you should do. Like, you shouldn't eat like 5, 6, 7, 8 cookies in one sitting. So you say you'll get sick if you eat too much. You can't have these because these are for adults. If you consume adult things, you will turn into a monster or something. Stuff like that. And so it's kind of like a way of disciplining. Yeah, exactly. It works. It scares them. But not in a harmful way. It's not like a threatening thing. It's like... This is why, I guess what people used to say, call wives' tales and superstitions and stuff used to exist. You needed something to fear to let you know that you were... to let you know that you're not above everything around you as well, and that your actions do have consequences. And you have to learn that, and you need to learn that that is a thing. And that you can't just grab a thing and it'll be okay. You can't just go out and grab a snake or grab an animal by the tail and expect to not get bitten or something like that. You need to be wary of what's going on. You need to know why, you know, why to be like cautious about certain things. Now it feels like people have become bolder, but it's also because we have access to research now. So we're just like, oh, that's not gonna happen to me because I've done my research. This can't, I'm fine, you know. Sometimes people will say, I can't get hypnotized, I'm too smart. And it's those who are the smartest who end up getting manipulated the easiest. Or something like that. Or, you know, they're so smart that they don't see the simplistic ways of doing things. It's interesting. Once again, observations and whatnot. It's really cool, too. I think studying behavior is very important and can say more things than simply discounting people as if they have some sort of ailment, because people are made differently. There's not a single person who is exactly the same as someone else. So people are going to behave differently despite being in the same room, I guess, every other day. Sometimes differing opinions can be okay. They don't have to turn into a fight. And stuff like that. That's always been a weird thing to me. There's nothing wrong with having opinions. Like, there isn't. But it seems that a lot of opinions tend to turn into full-on fights. Oh! SUIKA da yo. We did it. We got rocks. I think that, or Rose? We did it. Very interesting. Cute. I like it. It's really nice. It blends in with the background, with the jar, but that's okay. That's really cool. Huh? But yeah, I think taking a step back and just realizing that, you know, you have human traits, and people do things due to be like behavioral things due to things around them, surroundings and whatnot, or persuasion and peer pressure and stuff around them. When you observe stuff like this, it kind of makes you remember that, hey, you aren't above. You're not like this all-seeing like deity who is immune to pain and suffering and stuff. And that you can't just go out and touch an oven and expect it to not burn you and stuff like that. I don't know where I'm going with this in particular, obviously, but still observations. Like like questioning why a thing is done, why people struggle with certain things. Like I was saying about my friend with the language arts stuff. Or like why learning a second or third language is difficult for some, but easy for many. It'd be like that when yapping. Yeah, it's weird though, because sometimes if you yap too much, you may end up starting World War 87 due to opinions. Which is something I definitely don't want. I don't even know how I could do that actually, but that's usually how it is sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. These are the things that I think about, but I think about stuff like this all the time. Which means that it's nothing really new. But I will say this, which I probably said before. For those who do create things, for those who are content creators, I will tell you the same thing that a lot of other big channels that say that you can grow your channel really fast. I will tell you this. I will say this even if I am a small channel. If you have a goal to become big, I want you to think about your content first. Think about what you actually want to show the world. And think about, is it something that you would want to watch? Is it something that you would actually want to... Can you go back to it again and say, I enjoyed doing that, or I enjoyed watching that, I could watch it again? And if the answer is no, then more than likely other people aren't going to enjoy it either. Once again, shot in the dark though. You should still shoot your shot. But just remember that if you create a thing and you say, oh, I couldn't go back to watch that again, then chances are people probably aren't going to either. But I will also say that please do not give up. Whether you just started 2 days ago or you started 2 years ago, please keep going. You will make progress. Even if you had one person see one video yesterday, if you gained one more person on the next video, if not two, you've already made progress. Is it huge progress? No, not at all. However, this means that you are now put on the radar. This means that you're going in the right step, basically. Or it's a step in the right direction, rather. I can totally speak English. I know I can. That's all I have. Just keep going. I know it's difficult to scroll and see that you're producing basically, or people are producing the same content that you are, and then everyone else has like 1,000 or so subs and or 2,000 views and whatnot. So you're just wondering why not me? Why not me though? But why not me? Why can't that be me? And then you realize just a little bit that it's not just the content, or not just the game that was being played, not just the drawing that was being drawn, the subject matter, but it was also more factors than that. The comfiness of the streamer, the way that they sound, the way that their backgrounds are, the way that they interact with their viewers. It may seem simple because your mind is, they're playing this game, I'm playing this game, and they're huge and I'm not. But it's more than the game. The game is just the set piece. But what else goes on after that fact is what truly brings you to it's what basically brings the people to you. Um, you could say they're popular because they're in an agency. They're popular because they're in a popular group. They're popular because of their model, their phenotype. They're literally anything that you may think you do not have. But one thing you don't understand is that you have something that other people don't have. Every single one of you out there. You have something that other people don't have. And only you can be you. You are what drives that channel. And once you understand that you are the one in charge of that, I think you will go far. We try so hard to copy other people around us that we don't actually see what makes us different from the others, what makes us more enjoyable compared to others. You change the channels on televisions because you're in the mood to watch something specific or something different. You may find something boring. You may even find two channels that are kind of similar, but you will watch one channel over the other because of maybe one or two things that the other channel is doing. And I think that is something that people should realize as well. It's not always the same thing that everyone's doing. I know that there are times where a game comes out and so all of your favorite creators are going to play that game because, well, they were excited for the game. But each one of those creators is still going to approach it a different way. And you may, in that sense, enjoy others over others. I got a little emotional there. I apologize. I really did. I actually did. I had some tears actually flowing down my eyes a bit. I don't really know what came over me. But what I say is true though. Anyone who's out there trying to create stuff, keep doing it. You are still you no matter what, and no one else can be you. So be the best you that you can be. Because you are not big streamer. You are not tiny streamer. You are not other streamer who does same content. You are you. And that's all there is to it. As long as you don't end up becoming, like, I guess infamous and like, you know, in a bad, like famous in a bad way, I think you'll be fine, regardless of what you do. I know there's so many creators out there who basically do around the same thing and get a lot of views, but there are so many creators out there who are very small, who also get like a lot of views, maybe not a lot of subscribers, but they get a lot of views. You good, don't worry, I appreciate it. So, like, I'm playing this, you know, melon game, watermelon game, SUIKA game, where you're supposed to aim for getting 3,000 points, which I've only gotten once. You can turn it into literally anything. You can turn it into a yapping session. And there are many times where I haven't done that. And this is one of the few times where I have. And it's mostly because I guess this is a good game for me to be inspirational, since, I mean, it's clear that I'm not good at the game. But it turns out that I guess was never really the point. In my case, or in many people's cases, a lot of people will stream Melon and do things, and it's, you know, they'll actually people still flock to them not because they're good at the game, In fact, they flock to them because it's cute to watch someone kind of screw up a bit, because you can tell that they're playing blind and they didn't grow up with the game. Melon game helps unlock the secrets of the universe. It feels like it. It's calming regardless. I appreciate that. It's very easy to lose our way. Or lose sight of the real thing. It's kind of like making money. I know that people want to make money. But I think, okay, what are the things, what helps us, what makes the most money at the moment? And you're like, okay, I could do something like that. So you try to apply for something that makes a lot of money. Only then to realize there were a lot of prerequisites involved in order to reach that point. You know, finish K-12 schooling, get a specific degree, go through a certain amount of training. By that point, you're basically being paid from the training, I guess. It depends on what you do. And then by that point, when you apply for the job you want to apply for, you end up being overqualified. Sometimes. But sometimes it's best to grow and not necessarily show. I think wholesomeness goes a long way. But for those who are actually really good at, you know, insert game genre here, that's good. That means you are in that 1%, 5% who can actually confidently be a gaming streamer and focus specifically on gaming and not have to worry about anything else, because people are actually going to watch you for the gaming. You don't have to really say anything. Like maybe with games done quick and stuff. Obviously they're speedrunning the game, seeing how to beat the game as quick as possible. There's not going to be a whole lot of chit chat from the person doing it. It's a competition, so you know, it's specific. So yeah, there are a lot of secrets that can be unlocked from playing a game. Most people wouldn't play this game for very long, and by very long I don't mean how long this stream is. I mean the many episodes that I've had, or many videos that I've had on this game. You could easily go, Collie, what are you doing? You've streamed this game so many times. Have you not seen your viewer count? You know that you don't speak very much when you play this game? Do you know that this game isn't very fruitful in that regard? Forgive the pun. What is it that you're actually doing? And it's like, well, one, it's technically my brand at this point. I kind of made it a thing of mine despite it being what it is. Despite knowing, you know. Yes, I know that it was popular for a bit. VTubers made this game very popular. 2 years after it came out. This game was literally a nothing. Until, like, VTubers did it. Be it famous VTubers or just VTubers in general. They made this game really popular. It was because of them that this game got localized. That this game got a language patch. That it even could be purchased on shops other than just the JP shop. I got this from the JP shop at the time, before they made that change and stuff. All because I guess bigger companies or agencies got the permissions to where they could stream it, and then they streamed it, made a competition out of it, just had fun with it, and it became big. So that's another instance of a small game or small company, what have you, becoming popular later over time. This is the best day of the week. I'll listen to Yapping Melon regardless of if it's not too popular. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I don't really know what my niche is. I don't really know what I'm going for. The only thing that is for certain at this point in time is that I played SUIKA game on Wednesdays. And that I am a dog melon. Those are the only things that are absolute. Everything else in between is just a crapshoot, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. It's a process. It's not... I'm not making money off of this. I'm just playing the game. It's something I thought would be really nice to do on a Wednesday. It just works. Like I said, I know the popularity has petered down. However, with this update, maybe it'll make it more popular again as well. Because the devs for this company doesn't have to do what they did here. They didn't have, like, how they managed to get like a collaboration with DreamWorks to do this is wild. Because I still don't know how they did it. But here it is, and here we are, right? I guess another moral of the story is we have to be patient. We just have to be patient with everything. It's hard to be patient because we think, oh, you know, times are, you know, it feels like time's moving too fast. So what you can do then is do a bunch of different things at once. Just become, I guess you could become mechanized in a sense of just do different things at once and see what works. Like, create a bunch of different mediums, create a different, like a bunch of, okay, let's look at it like this. Here's something. We used to go to, obviously I don't know the ages and stuff of many people. I don't know what grades and stuff people are in. I don't know who's in college, this and that, but everyone has at least grown up to where they've gone through at least the first 5 grades of schooling, I would assume. You do know that, or you remember that, we had different classes at different times. So that means we had a schedule. Subconsciously. So we were always doing something different at different times. We were trying to, well, we weren't trying to, we just subconsciously were getting better at the different skills from the different classes. English, biology or science, history, art, music, stuff like that. Many different things. Plus, you know, it got us moving to different places as well. So that things didn't stay like the same all the time. Things weren't always boring. Because constantly doing different things not only keeps you active, it keeps the brain moving, keeps the brain working, and you have something to look forward to as well. If you focus on one thing all the time, it kind of can become dulling, I guess. You do want to still do some other things too. Like, a doctor didn't just become a doctor because they wanted to be a doctor. They had to go through the studies to become a doctor, even if there were studies or even if there were classes that they took that had nothing to do with that degree. It was still part of that degree. Stuff like that. The different skills. Some people use their, like, business degree as a better way of communication, as a better way of making presentations. If they didn't use that business degree for anything else, it was probably from communications or humanities or what have you, or whatever it's called. Because you're now making yourself well-rounded. You're now using skills from different parts of the mind and study to help you get better. So that you have a secondary plan. So that you, like, if your main thing fails, this is why you have a major and a minor in college as well. If things go south from your major, you have that minor to fall back on. Always stepping, always thinking a step ahead. I took drama classes to help with the yapping part of my content and being more extroverted and protecting my voice. I think that does help, actually. A friend of mine ended up becoming a little bit more social due to doing like cashier work. Believe it or not. Because they were very shy and introverted and didn't feel like that they could actually like approach customers and stuff. And then they became better at talking and being, I guess, a jester in a way. My skill-based friend, alright. It's weird how that works, once again. Things with one intent ends up going to another. The outcome ends up being different because of the different, like, it's all perspective. It's literally all perspective. Everything is perspective. Why did that person do that thing? You don't know why. Their intent could be they wanted to make money, but they made something better along the way. Nice. Head on. They like established themselves. Or hobbies. Usually hobbies end up actually getting people to have people watch them and stuff too. Because it's like usually it's the whole you're working your 9 to 5 and you dread it and you really don't want to do it. So you then go to streaming and you stream a hobby. You go, man, I really don't like this job. I wish I could like just make money doing what I'm doing right now instead, because the job is grueling and you know it's not great. And then you still end up getting a following because of the hobby that you're doing and that you're nice to listen to. And then lo and behold, some odd years later, give or take, obviously, they end up making a career out of it, or they end up making money from it, and they don't have to worry about that cumbersome 9 to 5 anymore. However, after all that, there were still some things that were going on within that 9 to 5 or that journey that has probably also helped them hobby wise or streaming wise or scheduling wise. That made it where the streaming was a lot better. Like, it's kind of like when you went to school and you had to wake up at an early time and you really hated it, right? And then later on through life, somehow that schedule came back to you. You weren't forced to do it as much anymore, but it came back to you and it became regulated within you. So there are other underlying things that occur because of whatever thing that you were doing. It's always a side effect, whether it be good or bad. There's always there's always a secondary reasoning as to why something is done. Every time you take medicine, there's a side effect. No matter what. Every time you consume a thing, there's a side effect. Every time you watch something, there's a side effect. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And everything leads to something else, so. Whether you watched a review on a game or a movie, the side effect is that you just consumed it. You have either a differing opinion or the same opinion, or you can now talk about what happened after watching said, like, I guess retrospective or a review or whatever. There's always something. People in those ads are too happy when the side effects are being said. Are you talking about like the mobile ad stuff? Like the influencing ad stuff? Ah. Oh, 2023. Nisen Nijusan. Because the side effect to those, like, okay, it's like, oh no, like the medicine ads? Oh, okay. People in those ads are too happy. You're right. I know what you mean now. Wakarimashita. Yeah, wakatta, Melon. I don't know why they do that, because you know you're not going to you know you're not going to be that way when that happens. You know that that's not going to be how that works. But I guess it's a little different from if they took the medicine and they look you in the eye in the commercial and say, "This changed my life," with a deadpan expression. And then you're thinking, well, how did it change your life? You don't seem very happy to me. Sort of situation, maybe. So I guess, you know, there's always going to be some sort of acting in there somewhere. But that's true. It does seem that way. I was gonna say, with the mobile ad stuff, that a lot of times people get infuriated because the people in the ads aren't playing the game well. Can cause you to become 12 times worse. Meanwhile, they're dancing or something. Oh yeah, side effects may include hay fever, increased thoughts on seppuku, super sad state, melancholic state, and loss of appetite, stuff like that. But heck, the side effect to the mobile ad stuff is that you download the game because you're like, these guys suck. They're not even doing it right. Why are they doing it that way? I can be a better player than you. And then you come to realize, hey, that was the whole point. The whole point was to get you to download the game to play it. That was the actual intent. 300 IQ. Hook upon hop. Pick up on hop. Yeah, hook, line, and sinker. That's the whole, I can't be manipulated because I'm too smart for that. Lo and behold, there it is. For the most part. But there's a lot of stuff like that as well. Like, for example, for me. Why is Kali doing that? Do they not know the basics of how to play this game? And why do they have so many videos of it? Of them not even getting far? Stuff like that. I could do better. And then you download the game. I'm not an influencer, by the way. I am not being paid by Aladdin X or whatever it's called that they use to I think do the multiplayer and stuff. I am not paid by SUIKA game devs or anything like that at all. I just think it's a cute, nice game that kind of works for me in many different ways. Even if I'm not top gamer of SUIKA game. But it's fun. Now you have me interested. Let me go see my high school. Oh, what? Really? Are you serious? I was kidding. No, in all honesty though, if you enjoy the game, you enjoy the game. In fact, I think I may have influenced a friend to actually dust off their Switch because of this game. Which is very interesting because, like I said, this game's not very big. It can be addicting, sure. I bought it like a year ago, don't worry, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I could easily say, guys, buy this game because it's really good. I think I've said it a long time ago, though. I think I did say, you know, it's very inexpensive. You should get the game. It's really addicting. Pretty sure I've said it in my earlier videos in the playlist. And I'm not wrong. I think I ended up convincing friends to play it. Even though, once again, at that time, it was still on JP Shop, though. But when I found out that it became available to people, not just JP, I was actually pretty surprised, and I was happy about it. Because it meant that other people could play it now. I bought I bought it because VTuber, but it wholeheartedly drags you in for hours. Exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to remember how I was first influenced by this game. I'm pretty sure that it was a VTuber, but I don't know from who. And I'm trying to remember if it was a year ago or not. I want to say it was a year ago, but it might have been 2 years ago. I don't remember now. Because I've been doing this almost every Wednesday now. Because what? There are 52 weeks in a year, right? So that means if I were to do it every Wednesday each year, that means I'm doing it 52 times a year. I think that's how that works. My math could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. For me, it was Green Woman, former Green Woman VTuber. Green Woman. Were they also like a plant or something? Or were they like a deer? Maybe. You say green, but there are a lot of Green Woman VTubers. But for some reason, that's the one that came to my mind, and I don't even know if she played it. I was correct. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. I remember watching Pink Woman play as well, but there are a lot of pink women also in that space. Fair enough. I understand. She's very comfy anyway, though. So she can, any game that she plays would be comfy, even if she's playing like a murderous game. Which she has done, I'm pretty sure. Once again, sometimes you don't watch the streamer for the content. Sometimes you actually do go to the streamer because you like the vibes. The one that looks like the apple, that pink one, the JP. The one that looks like... Not the apple. Who's the pink one that looks like the apple? Goodness. I'm thinking of the one who takes souls, or used to take souls, on hiatus. I used to watch them do it. And then I watched like the Doggo twins, which, by the way, funnily enough, I debuted a day before they did. Which is weird, and I did not expect that. And that's very interesting. And their niche is that they share a channel. So they're super popular, and they speak like English and Japanese and stuff. Granted, they're not JP native, they learned Japanese, but you wouldn't be able to tell. Other than like the accent, I guess. But, I mean, you know, it's pretty clear. But yeah, lots of different influencers playing this game, whether they're from an agency or not. Heck, even Blue Whale played this game. You know? So after updating, it did beat myself. What? Really? What? My best score of 3020? Because I'll never get that again. Ever. Oh, 2938? Oh. That's even difficult for me to hit, like, nowadays, too. Like, I think there was a time where I was consistently hitting 22 a lot, and I just couldn't get past that point, I think. It was either 22 or 21, I don't remember. Hello, Sako Chimpo. Welcome, nice to see you. Welcome, Melon. I hope you're doing well today. You've actually caught me at an interesting time. I've actually been streaming longer than I intended today, because I've been yapping a lot about interesting and inspirational things. But I hope you're doing well today. This is very interesting. And I hope you do enjoy the VOD, if you manage to want to continue to do so. Basically, my whole thing was, I'll do it one more time. You wanna take a step back, look before you, see what's in front of you, and just, do what you're doing. Sakochinpo desu. I do remember you. Oboemasu, oboemasu. It's been a while, huh? Hisashiburi Melon. I was basically saying that if you're a content creator, just remember that you have something that no one else has, and that's that you are you, and no one can take that from you. I know funny things, something identity theft is a thing, but no matter what happens, no one can be you. No one can be you. So you can actually capitalize on being you. Melon, kawaii, melon, daisuki. Arigatou gozaimasu. Ureshii, ureshii, melon. Hontoni, hontoni arigatou gozaimasu. I really appreciate that. Man, my times are super inconsistent. We get a rare 2-hour SUIKA game stream, huh? Or, yeah, it is. Wait, is it? Oh, yeah, we get like the elusive 2-hour SUIKA game stream. Zako Chimpo daisuki. Hi, Zako Chimpo daisuki. Or rather, Watashi wa Zako Chimpo. Wait, how do you say it? Watashi wa Zako Chimpo ga daisuki da yo. So, Melon. Even though it has been a while since I've seen you. Bro, some cats are fighting outside my window. Gonna yell at them? Ureshii. Watashi mo ureshii desu. Fair enough, fair enough. Man. Let me see. Yeah, I can do this last one and go on. It's definitely been a long time since I've done a 2-hour. I think the one time I did, maybe the second time I streamed that I did a 2-hour stream this game. I could be wrong about that, but I definitely played a long time the first time because I was very much addicted to this game in its infancy. Now it's turned into a life talk game. Hiragana yomeru sugoi. Remandela. Oh. Hiragana yomeru sugoi. Hi. Hi. Hiragana yomeru. Hi, yomeru. Yomeru 英語で read です。Or can read rather. Specifically. Grammar is fun. It's so funny too because I've been like learning in hard mode for a long period of time. Everyone says that learning Japanese is easiest when it comes to speaking, and it's really difficult when it comes to reading. Obviously, because there's also a lot of kanji that even natives and locals don't know. But honestly, if you're playing a video game usually in Japanese, then it's going to use kanji that most people tend to know. It's not going to be very often that they use a lot of kanji that people aren't going to know. But it's going to look like a lot to those who are obviously new to trying to read. Like, I have a hard time reading a lot of kanji because there's a lot of kanji that I don't know. Ramen. Yoru. Wait. Yoru. Eh? Biru? Utsukake? Utsukake? Yomeru da kedo, wakaranai. ごめんなさい。意味は何？ But yeah, I guess we found a good bonding game. Well, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for a while. I just didn't speak as much. So now we know what to talk about for the most part. She said I don't have very many experiences to talk about, but I managed to do it in a way where, hey, it's been 2 hours, right? So this is probably the most I have yapped ever for a stream, now that I think about it. So this has like the least amount of dead time, even though it does have some. Was it something that I was mindful of? Not really. But that's okay. No mean, random words. Naruhodo. Imi wa nai. 面白いな。ザコチンポさんは日本語が教えてくれる？メロンについて教えてくれる？ I'm probably saying that super wrong, but I hope I can convey that properly. 977. Probably the lowest score. Not sure why they're applauding though, if it's so low. But I guess that will be it for the day. 教える？教える？本当？嬉しいね。I would definitely take you up on that. Because I need to learn. I must learn. 学びたい、学びたい。勉強したい、勉強したい。Butとりあえず、この配信は終わります。でも楽しかったな。見てくれてありがとう。聞いてくれてありがとう。Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I really enjoyed today. This was very, very nice. A very nice reprieve. Got kind of emotional for me. I will say again, please keep creating. Please do not give up. You guys got this. I believe in you. Trust me. You will go far. Ochimpo daisuki, please. Hi. Ochimpo daisuki. Ochimpo. ザコチンポの名前はザコチンポですか？おちんぽは誰ですか？ザコおちんぽ。ザコおちんぽ。My nose was tickly. I thought I was going to sneeze. But yeah. Once again, I apologize for not streaming before and after days like this. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Next time I stream, if I don't stream, obviously I will do SUIKA game on Wednesdays, obviously. But if I do manage to stream before then, yes, Super Paper Mario, because I do want to get back to Super Paper Mario. I apologize for not doing it. Gomen Melon, I'm so sorry. My pace is really bad. I will get better. I'm sorry. But until then, I am meloncollieflaur, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye. Oats Melon.